drape my fading life provide, and wash my body whence the life has died, and in a winding sheet of vine leaf wrapped, so bury me by some sweet garden side.
Whence my mystique has fled, wine blush my cheek, wash my body with a vintage antique, wrap me in a grapevine leafed winding sheet, and frame my coffin of cast planks that'll
That ain't my buried ash is such a snare of perfume shall fling up into the air, as not a true believer passing by, but shall be overtaken unaware. Across Khayyam's gravestone blows the simoon, carrying forth Omar's perfume, redressed in the versifier's costume. It's remade into Victorian perfume.
the fumes of ageless rhymes from ancient times, waft from the Persian verse as some chimes, new are mixed with the spirit of the old, deftly rendered for Victorian climes.
Omar's Persia fumes caught me unawares, unveiling Sufi mysteries of theirs. Eternal spirit reconded from
Universal wisdom he'd gain somewheres.
through his Rubaiyat I sense enchantment, essence distilled by the translator's scent, recomposed from Khayyam's dust and spirit. Potent elixirs escape interment.
Many follow the advice that you give, enjoying this life by being active, but others are deaf, dumb, and blind to sense. You can lead them to life, but you can't
Victorian perfume. Across Khayyam's gravestone blows the simoom,
carrying forth Omar's Persia fume, redressed in the translator's costume. It's remade into Victorian perfume.
the desert wind that swept his Persian verse through time and space to England's universe lost something of its wild and burning truth when Victorian hands made rough words terse.
Fitzgerald's glass reshaped the Eastern wine to suit the taste of England's refined line. The mystic stout transformed to gentle sighs as drawing rooms made desert thoughts divine.
What once was fierce beneath the Persian sun grew tame when Western garments were put on.
The scent of rose remained but changed its note when English gardens claimed what East had won.
The simum savage truth grew parlous sweet as Persian fire met English summer's heat. Omar's wild questions of eternal things made safe for tea times measured mild retreat. His wine cup's rebellion softly tamed to suit an age where doubt was gently framed.
The blasphemy that burned in eastern skies in western salons gracefully was claimed.
His wine cup's rebellion softly tamed to suit an age where doubt was gently framed. The blasphemy that burned in eastern skies in western salons gracefully was claimed. Yet something of the desert's ancient song still echoes through the changes clear and strong. Though dressed in Victorian lace and lawn, the Persian heart beats true before the throng.
The scent of rosewater may mask the must of graves where all philosophies turn dust.
But underneath Victorian politesse,
Omar's fierce questions pierce our gentle trust.
so let the wind blow hot from east to west. Let each age dress old wisdom as seems best. Though perfumes change with every shifting tide, truth's essence stays through every culture's test.
The simoon
Each reading adds new sense to wisdom's air.
As truth transforms, yet stays somehow divine.
Perhaps old Omar smiles to see his thought in Western dress so differently wrought. For truth, like wine, takes on the vessel's shape,
While keeping still the fire the grape first caught.
so let the wind blow hot from east to west. Let each age dress old wisdom as seems best. Though perfumes change with every shifting time, truth's essence stays through every culture's test. With a resorting from the vernal heat, shall old acquaintance greet, under the branch that leans above the wall, to shed his blossom overhead and feet.
The winds make love to the flowers of May. The woods burst with the joy of Eve's bouquet. Like Flora, we too from Eden have come. From all that's gone before, we are the sum.
Now heaven's favors are spread all around, for the flowers fully blossomed and grown. Wave and smile as miracles from the ground, reminding us all of what love has sown. The winds make love to the flowers of May. The woods burst with the joy of Eve's bouquet. Like Flora, we too from Eden have come. From all that's gone before, we are the sun. Indeed, the idols I have loved so long have done my credit in men's eye much wrong, have drowned my honor in a shallow cup, and sold my reputation for a song.
Wandering along the romantic way, with an hour eye who drinks life's woes away,
I realize that the cost of a loveless life is much too high a price
to pay.
Oh, those imaginings of what can't be, such as not stillness and Bloch's decree, as well as a part's beginning and end, responsibility, free will and theity.
We are ever in touch with the unknown, for that's ever the reach of science shown. Reality is grasped by focusing on what interacts with what and the me.
There is a realm of happenings, not things. For things don't remain the same on time's wings.
What remains through time are processes, relations between different systems.
I dip myself in as the cup to fill from the stream of consciousness, my will that is beyond the plain reality, as waking from it all the more to swill. Indeed, indeed, repentance oft before I swore, but was I sober when I swore? And then came spring,
And rose in her,
my threadbare penitence a piece is torn. I look back on my love of life now old, the captive virgin lure that made me bold.
whate'er vestments of penitence I've sold,
Have shredded in the names of my love's told.
the rose is sweet, scent of thorn pricks worth, 'tis true. If wine you drink, a headache 'tis worth too.
The loved one who delights 1,000 souls
Is worth awaiting, give her all her due.
Your scent is ripe and your name means nectar.
Exotically blossoming I find you,
As I buzz my way into your flower,
for I am the bee and you my partner.
the rose is the flower that bee cruises.
Reading there the butterfly that love chooses.
I unfold the petals of your blossom,
Then drink the nectar of love's sweet juices.
your wine, my persona radiata.
romantic theory fails in love's plot.
Love, when divided, diminishes not.
Unlike sadness and vanishes not, each love multiplies to exceed the loss.
Life suddenly fits me like a glove, as I float on feelings like a dove.
Renewed energy giving a shove.
Well, could it be that I am in love?
Love is the mutual creation of identity. To be in love is not a loss of independence,
But rather a shared identity with the lover that does not destroy the identity of the other. I'd entered her being, snuggling in there, gently wading where few had ever tread. Then, like childhood, laughing without a care,
I'd followed her stream to its sparkling hair.
we'd pledged ourselves and were living the dream. After many a loving way with charm,
We dance, splash, and play in that glowing stream, where our souls drink deep, so safe from harm.
she sends out emanations of love fair that are sweet, soft, and smiling on the air.
'Tis a scented mist, a liquid love filling the scene with its well-being everywhere.
Pleasant smelling scents lift her heart and mind.
Essence of rose, amber, jasmine
Night Queen, myrtle, saffron, and sandalwood.
stimulate the inner spirit sublime.
Sensual bliss should not be a lost art
For the body is an integral part
of the human being, joined with the spirit. Realize thyself with whole body and heart.
to find yourself, lose yourself in another.
For she will touch your being and therein share.
Gently unveiling your heart, soul, mind, and senses.
Till there's nowhere to hide. You're found forever. Oh,
Only a few words rhyme with love above, like the overflown dove, the heartless shove, and the ill-fitting glove. Alas, love's rhymes remain unheard of, or aren't well thought of.
I notice here a great pittance and dearth of words that rhyme with the beloved earth. So aside from mirth, how can poems give birth to all that life on this planet is worth?
I note that just a few words rhyme with life, for just how often can you kiss your wife? Is this why poems are so rife with strife? It's better to fife than to stick a knife, whereof, in the endeavoring above, I give up on forming rhymes with love, and relinquish for now all mention of the turtle dove, ringdove, and foxglove. For love's rhymes are just too few, and it's too hard to work in, in that small, worn-out space between God and heaven above. So I'm through rhyming with love, having, anyway, nothing left to prove, or for that matter, to more poetically improve that sorry number of words that sound like love. So onward, to much better sounds I move, getting out of the rut and into the groove, to hope and wait for my poems to improve, I to behoove that love rhymes do remove.
My threadbare penitence of pieces tore. Now summer's heat burns fierce upon the plain, and wisdom's lost return to me again. The cup that once I vowed to cast aside beckons with ruby depths of sweet disdain. The autumn winds may whisper of regret, and winter's frost may cause the ice to wet. But when the vine blooms fresh in spring once more, what sage remembers promises to forget? The tavern calls with sweeter voice than prayer. The wine cup glimmers like a jewel rare. What use are all these vows of yesterday, when today's sun reveals the world so fair? The sage is worn of morning's bitter rue, but evening's pleasures paint the sky anew. Let those who will count beads and mumble psalms. Tonight the stars are dancing and the dew. The rose's sweet scent a thorn prick's worth. For pleasure's price in pain we gladly pay. As night must follow, even bright as day. The sweetest fruit grows highest on a branch. What worth the feast that cost us no dismay? The desert sun burns fierce, yet pilgrims still press on to Mecca with unshaken will. So too the lover bears love's burning drought, for one cool draught his thirsting heart to fill. Each precious thing exacts its proper toll. The pearl its dye, the flame its blinded moth. What treasure gained without some pain to pay? What wisdom earned that did not pierce the soul? The nightingale who sings of love's sweet pain would scorn a garden free of thorny vine. For in this world of mingled joy and grief, the price we pay makes sweet our hard-won gain. The nightingale who sings of love's sweet pain would scorn a garden free of thorny vine. For in this world of mingled joy and grief, the price we pay makes sweet our hard-won gain. Your scent is ripe, no name means nectar. Like honey dripping from the comb's sweet cells, your essence draws me with its fragrant spells. Through garden paths where jasmine scents the air, I follow where your sacred presence dwells. The moon herself grows jealous of your light, as stars bow down before your radiant sight. What mortal could resist such honeyed charms that turn the darkest day to golden night? Deep in the garden of delights I soar, where every bloom holds secrets to explore. Your perfume breath draws me through twilight air, each visit leaving me still thirsting more. The sweetest flowers bloom in hidden bowers, where love unfolds through secret sacred hours. Like morning dew upon your petals bright, my passion rains its soft and golden showers. Sensual bliss should not be a lost art. In sacred dance of flesh and soul divine, where mystic wisdom and desire entwine, each breath becomes a prayer of pure delight. Each touch transforms mere water into wine. The sages who would split the two apart, who claim the spirit dwells in realms more smart, forget that in this vessel made of clay, the universe first kindled wisdom's start. So let thy senses feast upon the world, let joy's bright banner be at last unfurled. For in the marriage of the low and high, the truth of being finally comes uncurled. Within the garden of earthly pleasure, dancing to time's eternal measure, find thou the path that leads both down and up, where flesh and spirit share the same treasure. The tulip lifts her blushing cheeks to me. The garden whispers secrets old and sweet, as petals dance around my restless feet. Each flower holds a drop of morning light, making nature's springtime song complete. The lilac bends to share her purple dreams, while jasmine stars float down in silver streams. Time stops within this fragrant paradise, when nothing's quite as fleeting as it seems. Below the earth roots tangle, twist and turn, like lovers who forever yearn to learn the ancient rhythms of the warming soil, these secrets that make spring's heart burn. The iris spreads her royal gown of blue. Each petal wet with morning's precious dew. I am the bee that drinks the sweetness in, till garden, soul, and mine are merged anew. My dearest, your wet lips, sensual pout. The desert wanderer finds his oasis, where each drop holds 1,000 graces. The spring bubbles up from depths unknown, leaving flowers in its liquid traces, like waves that crash upon the shore at night. Our passion rises to its foaming height. The moon pulls at our tide of tenderness, till morning leaves us bathed in gentle light. Deep in the pool where sacred lotuses grow, the surface ripples, soft and slow, to fish in ancient dance of yin and yang. Share secrets only lovers ever know. When thunder clouds release their silver rain, the earth drinks deep and blooms again. So in love shower we are washed anew, till not a spark of thirst does there remain.
Let actions tell what words can never pass. When silence speaks more true than sweetest rhyme, and touches mark the passing flow of time, let lips and fingertips write poetry that needs no words to make the moment prime. For what are verses next to one soft sigh? What sonnets match the language of thine eye? The truest poetry was never writ, but lived in moments that too swiftly fly. The sweetest tales are those that go unspoken, where glance meets glance and barriers lie broken. The sacred silence of two hearts entwined speaks deeper than all vows and pledges token. In paradise where houris dance and sway, what need for words when bodies find their way? Let tongues be still save where they taste of love, and hands speak truths that lips dare not betray.
Pleasant smelling scents lift her heart and mine. Essence of rose, amber, jasmine, night queen, myrtle, saffron, and sandalwood stimulate the inner spirit sublime.
In gardens where the evening air grows sweet, where dusk and dawn in fragrant union meet, each breath draws deeper secrets from the night, as precious oils make passion more complete.
These ancient scents that prophets knew of old, more precious than the merchant's finest gold, unlock the gates to paradise within, where love's pure essence
fresh as morning dew, mingles with vetiver's earthen hue, creating symphonies of scented song that paint the night in colors ever new.
The fragrant path leads to wisdom's door,
Where mystics sought what lay at nature's core. For in these scents lie secrets of the soul that poets have been singing evermore.
when darkness falls and stars begin to shine.
These perfumes, like the finest vintage wine, intoxicate the spirit with their truth. All beauty, brief or lasting,
Is divine.
only a few words rhyme with love above, like the overflown dove, the heartless shove, and the ill-fitting glove, alas, love's rhymes remain unheard of, or aren't well thought of.
The poet sits and scratches at his head, wishing he could use heart or red instead. But no, he's trapped by what the rules declare. These of words fill his soul with mounting dread.
He thinks of their oath,
Much too stiff and dry,
or where our oath
which might make his readers sigh.
perhaps he'll try a sight, rhyme like move. But critics would never let that slip by. So here he drags poor turtle doves once more.
Into verses they've graced 10 times before.
While boxing gloves and pushes rough and tough make metaphors that readers can't ignore.
In desperation now he coins weave,
And adds the verb to groove.
how smooth.
At last he cries, oh, let me write free verse, for love needs no rhyme to fully prove.
Of words that rhyme with the beloved earth. The poet struggles with this sacred girth, this sphere that spins through space with such worth.
Firth speaks of waters, birth of ships at rest, poor substitutes for planetary mirth. So let us break free from these rhyming chains to speak of deserts, forests, hills, and plains. For earth transcends our limited word store, this living sphere that feeds us and sustains. I note that just a few words rhyme with life.
The poet scours his lexicon in pain.
For wife he's used,
And cannot use again.
while strife grows tired and knife to violence seems. These meager rhymes are driving him insane. Perhaps he'll try the Scottish word "ife."
He contemplates inventing life and splife.
But fears the critic's mockery unsafe.
Let's speak of time beneath the surgeon's knife.
He cries then groans, that rhyme's too full of strife.
Or write of ocean creatures like the five.
A fish whose name brings no poetic life. At last he throws his rhyming dictionary out and writes free verse with neither rhyme nor doubt. For life itself cares not for perfect sound. It simply flows and knows what it's about.
Difficult rhymes. Orange. Healthful orange is the common man's color, so to make the expensive look cheaper, such as with a hotel, they paint it orange and put some shiny polish on the door hinge. Earth. I notice here a great pittance and dearth of words that rhyme with the beloved earth. So aside from mirth, how can poems give birth to all that life on this planet is worth? Life. I note that just a few words rhyme with the life. For just how often can you kiss your wife? Is this why poems are so rife with strife? It's better to fife than to stick a knife. Love, only a few words rhyme with love above, like the overflown dove, the heartless shove, and the ill-fitting glove. Alas, love's rhymes remain unheard of or aren't well thought of.
And much as wine has played the infidel and robbed me of my robe of honor, well,
I often wonder what the vintners buy, one half so precious as the goods they sell.
ne'er the gems of Mars, Venus, and the moon can rival the jewels of wine drops boon. What pearled treasures can the wine cellars buy, one half so precious as sold in their saloon?
Bring thy ruby mind in a crystal thrust.
The drink that raises one up from the dust.
For who knows what breezes blow into gales?
This world is but a passing whirlwind's gust. to passion with logic cool. Quench thy inner fire, lest it burn us full.
Blazes Venus, I know what I feel, not why.
'Tis better you take heed of me, I rule.
Imagination lights the mind to shine,
To cool Venus' reasonless passion,
and warm Mars's martial song with compassion. Between those two orbits, the Earth is
blazes Venus, I know what I feel, not why. Mercury swift messenger takes his stand. Both your realms I've crossed, both I understand. The heart needs wings, but also needs a guide. Let wisdom chart the course that love has planned. Mars storms in, all crimson battle light. Choose, for none can serve two lords tonight. But Jupiter, more sage, resolves the fray. The soul needs both its darkness and its bright. Saturn, ancient keeper of time's deep ways, speaks from shadows of his ringing maze. Each force must dance with what would prove its foe, for cosmic truth lives in their endless chase. And so the planets in their orbits spin, as reason and passion out and in circle round each other's burning core. Two halves that make us whole, two souls akin. Uranus, rebel child of starry space, laughs and says, why choose which to embrace? Break free of both, let chaos be your guide, and dance beyond the bounds of time and place. Neptune dissolves all borders with his seas. In my deep dreams, all opposites find ease. Reason melts to intuition's flow, while passion learns what wisdom's eye foresees. Pluto from his dark depths adds his voice. Death makes mockery of every choice, yet in that final truth lies freedom's key. Let both paths lead you, let your soul rejoice. The Milky Way, that river made of light, flows on a path that cosmic scale fight. Each star a thought, each galaxy a dream, where logic's day meets passion's endless night. Andromeda, our sister galaxy, whispers in my chains. I learned to see that bondage to pure thought or pure desire are equal prisons, only both are free. The plays, seven sisters bright, dance through the philosophical fight. We weave both reason's steps and passion's leaps into one cosmic dance of dark and light. Orion lifts his sword of stellar fire. Why wait wage this war, let both forces conspire to hunt the deeper truths beyond their reach, where wisdom and wild wonder both aspire. Black holes speak from their singular hearts. We crush all dualities apart. Here mathematics meets pure ecstasy, where space and time themselves cannot stay apart. The cracked nebula, Death Star turned to mist, pulses signals through the cosmic gist. I died in reason's fire and passion's blast, now shine is both too bright to still exist. Quasars blazing at creation's edge, send ancient light beyond all knowledge. Before your split of heart and mind was born, we sang one song that knew no separate bliss.
Alas, that spring should vanish with the rose, that youth's sweet-scented manuscript should close. The nightingale that in the branches sang, ah, whence and whither flown again, who knows? Once bred, the ideal of that morn is shorn. So it's that the ablution second born is to rinse one stain with wine and not mourn, since ne'er can be restored what's worn. So torn. In the morning thou graced me with the glow, and I the peace of the heavenly flow. Then afternoon scorns heat, then darkness falls. What of thy nature in me changed to full? From birth we can look forward to being host to woe, and then to giving up the ghost. Happy are they who quickly burn to toast, and blessed are they who ne'er came to the roast.
One may live to 60, but not much more. So thy feet should tread but to tavern's door, and ere thy hollowed skull become a bowl, grasp thy glass, lest it drop unto the floor.
Thou hast dropped my jug, now broken, O Lord, and it rains its wine into the greensward. My bliss shattered from your
Now the earth is very old, but each spring it turns young again when nature reinvents it.
Constructing a temple of floor outside.
In desert, field, wetland, woodland, and wayside.
Oh sorrow, drink wine from that well etern. Though it burn its vintage, your ills will turn. As aqua vita it clears young and old. What wiser prescription is there to learn?
I flips, trips, dips, and slips, coming to grips. For antidote I prescribe in my clips.
Bring the ruby grape and the silk stringed lute.
Music to my ears and wine to my lips.
Now my lovers, but in memory remain. And of old friends I have only your name.
So I reach out to my faithful compeer.
The wine cup air within my reach to drain. Of all that I own, just my cup remains. Yet I'm free of earth's soiling toil the rains. The airs of hearty breath and hellfire enkindled here through fifth element gains.
Moons have eternal life in heaven's glade, an ethereal floral wonderland of everlasting recollections. Oh, but that mortal life would never fade.
Oh my desire, bring thy cup and let's go. O'er lawns to play where crystal waters flow. Malicious heaven, these lovely faces, 100 times as pots and cups will show. Would but the desert of the fountain yield one glimpse, if dimly yet indeed revealed, toward which the fainting traveler might spring, as springs the trampled herbage of the field.
Loss is painful when leaves fall, but we cope. As always, new attachments form with hope. For the seasonal cycle mirrors all. Life is a generous kaleidoscope.
that we might catch ere close the book of fate, and make the writer on a fairer leaf inscribe our names or quite obliterate.
Youth and beauty made under winter morn, for summer's grain, the waving wheat and corn, for old autumn withered one had passed on, leaving the earth a widow weather-worn.
Never do we discover a world so white as when the snowfield is lit by moonlight.
Oh, it is a crystalline cathedral built from falling stars in the holy night.
Joy and exuberance are spring's largest.
Sunlight, warmth, and growth are summer's bequest.
Autumn brings wealth with its mellow harvest.
Winter's fruit is peace, its bounty is rest.
Old Kayam has gone to where no one knows, sequestered far beneath the winter snows. Yet a voice through the centuries echoes, as still the summer blossoms with the rose.
When the sun burns out and soon after,
When the earth grows cold from that disaster,
when galaxies die and rotate no more,
then what remains is our love thereafter. Once again I have lived through winter's chills to see another spring of daffodils.
eager sob rises in my veins and thrills as the sun pours life into my tendrils.
And there beneath the rose tree old Kayam writes his verse looking younger than I am.
And lives the proof of his philosophy.
Oh, if the world were but to recreate, better to seize the pen ourselves and write upon time's parchment with our own delight, than trust to scribes who never felt our pain, nor knew which verses we would most recite. The master's hand moves ever east to west, each dawn a page where none may make request. And though we cry to edit chapters past, the ink's already dry upon their breast. Some say the text was written long ago, before time's river first began to flow. But who can read tomorrow's verses clear, or know which way the final plot shall go? Perhaps the book holds many paths to choose, some pages gilt with gain, some dark with lose, and we, poor readers, turning page by page, must write our own tales as we win or lose. So let us be bold editors tonight, and strike out lines of grief and black despite. Though fate may hold the copyright above, we'll draft new chapters while we have the light.
Once again, I have lived through winter's chills to see another spring of daffodils. Eager sap rises in my veins and thrills as the sun pours life into my tendrils. Like trees that slumber through the frozen night, my spirit wakes to touch the growing light. Each cell remembers ancient rhythms true, as winter's dormant dreams take verdant flight. The same force lifting flowers toward the sun now stirs my blood to currents merged as one. No difference between my quickened pulse and spring's green tide that sets the sap to run. My fingers spread like leaves to catch the ray that coaxes sleeping buds to greet the day. My roots, though city bound in human shoes, still feel Earth's call to join the spring's display. This body winter stiff grows supple now, as warming breezes touch each waking bough. The same sweet urgency that greens the grass smooths age's frost from every limb somehow. Mark how the daffodils so lately dead, thrust golden trumpets from their earthen bed, while in my heart joy's yellow blooms unfold, as winter's gray thoughts flee my flowering head. Each spring reminds us we are nature still, despite our walls and ways of human will. The same wild force that breaks the seed's dark shell, cracks winter's ice around our spirit's rill. My bones like branches creak, then grow more light, as spring's warm magic melts the winter's spite. Each year this miracle returns anew, both garden's growth and human heart's delight. The border blurs between flesh and flowering things, when April's resurrection anthem rings. We're all Earth's children, reaching towards the light, as life's tide rises on its annual wings. For what are we but nature's knowing part? The universe grown conscious, grown to art. Yet still we share the daffodil's wild joy, when spring's sweet season sets the sap to start. Joy and exuberance are spring's largesse, sunlight, warmth and growth are summer's bequest. Autumn brings wealth with its mellow harvest. Winter's fruit is peace, its bounty is rest. See how each season brings its special grace, as earth wheels onward through eternal space. Each quarter of the year bestows its gifts, as nature's dance moves at its measured pace. Spring scatters treasures with a lavish hand, the crocus jewels that stud the awakening land. The silver songs of birds return from far, and green flames spreading at the wind's command. Her wild exuberance knows no restraint, sweet wild constraint. Then summer stretches golden arms out wide, as warmth and plenty spread on every side. The long days overflow with growth's delight, while solar blessing bathes the countryside.
The garden's bounty swells beneath her touch, as fruits and flowers ripen overmuch. Each leaf spreads wide to drink the living light, while verdant shadows offer cool, sweet clutch.
When autumn comes with harvest's mellow crown, the fields bow heavy, dressed in russet gown. Each tree presents its own particular wealth, as nature's riches rain their sweetness down. The time is all the cry in our clean and drunken sky. Catch the breeze and wind the flow. No slowing down, we'll cut you down.
The vineyards purple, orchards red and gold. The granaries treasure more than barns can hold, while nuts drop plenty on the forest floor, and berries offer wealth of flavors bold.
Well, of time it's all the kind, here a clear and open sky. Catch the breeze and wind the flow. No slowing down, we'll guide you down. Well, of time is all the cry, here a clear and open sky. Catch the breeze and wind the flow. No slowing down, we'll guide you down. At last comes winter with its gift of peace, as nature's frenzy finds its sweet release. The busy world slows down to take its rest, while snow's white silence bids all striving cease.
Beneath the frost, life dreams in quiet deep, as roots and seeds their hidden wisdom choose a bounty time to pause and mend, as nature shows us beauty's quiet sleep.
There is a realm of happenings, not things, for things don't remain the same on time's wings. What remains through time are processes, relations between different systems. The solid world dissolves beneath time's gaze, as atoms dance their quantum-shifting ways. What seems so fixed is but a moment's pause, an endless flow through change's shifting maze. That mountain standing proud against the sky, a slow upheaval still continuing by. No static thing but process caught in time, a verb of stone that seems a noun to I. Your body too that seems so firmly yours is but a pattern passing through time's doors. Each cell replaced, each atom slipping past, while form alone its seeming self restores. The river that you step in's never same, though bearing still its one unchanging name. Not water fixed, but pattern flowing on, as process keeps its shape but shifts its frame. What we call things are but the meeting place where different systems cross in time and space. The dance between them is what truly lasts, while substance slips away without a trace. A tree is not a thing but living flow of soil to leaf, of root to branches glow. A conversation between the earth and sky, where sunlight turns to shadow far below. Your thoughts themselves are not fixed things that stay, but rivers running through the mind's display. Each moment births the next in endless stream, as consciousness flows on its changing way. Even love itself's no static state of heart, but dynamic dance where souls take partners' part. A verb of joining, never fixed noun, as two lives weave together, never part. The universe entires a vast array of processes that merge and split each day. No things exist save in our human speech. Reality's a dance that won't stay. So grasp not at the shadows of fixed forms, nor seek for substance in time's changing storms. The truth lies in relationships that flow as systems meet and part in endless swarms.
Better, oh better, cancel from the scroll of universe one luckless human soul, then drop by drop enlarge the flood that rolls, hoarser with anguish as the ages roll.
Life is a fatal disease caught at birth, a plague upon those who reside on earth, a terminal illness for which death's the cure. Life being something that is not for sure.
Ultimate evaluator, the director of all evolutionary progress. Death elects the wise from the silly. Death chooses the useful from the useless.
In that black and endless eternal deep, nature's fertile soil grows us from sleep,
Sees us bud, flower, leaf, thrive and die, then lays us back to rest, our souls to keep.
the timeless, formless contains every path, though as useless as a library of all books, for its sum of information is zero. But one of these possible avenues became ours.
In succession, does the large give way and rule to the ever smaller, the tiny, the minuscule, and onto the negligibly insufficient whole of not really much of anything there at all. Oh, that which is the near and perishable,
Its flame of beauty still inextinguishable,
deathless, ne'er created, ungenerated,
forever celebrated
as immutable, ever back through the ages went I, dating rocks and old fossils by and by, and found this tablet stone, the covenant of the one and only engraved commandment.
The commandments of evolution are unmistakably engraved in stone for everyone to see. There are no ifs, ands, or buts in these pages, for we can't even date these rocks of ages.
It's the long yardstick that sticks in the throat for what seemed like forever and more. Our sleepless spirits waited to catch the light, life and delight from heaven's smile. The stodgy elevation of doctrine over ethics will no longer carry the day, and there will be less emphasis on believing with more on belonging. All will become more democratic with much singing.
The Bible will be seen to be of but human construction, a result of human instinct, frailty, fear, and no wisdom. Us all actively speaking to another with laughter will come to replace the passive readings from Scripture.
Oh, Olongapo, flesh but a fertile flora. Pinatubo has resealed your box, Pandora. Fiery ash has frozen your beauty in time. A poem in stone like Sodom and Gomorrah. Once I fished in the living stream and fought a few, but then myself was hooked and caught by that fisherman up above, but freed when he threw back the little one distraught. The higher modes of being that await the future, chemically enhanced, will make today's primitive mind states seem as a child's tin flute to a symphony. Death selects the wise from the silly.
Time is death's measuring instrument, testing each adaptation's true extent. Some forms flourish while others fade. Each extinction leaves its permanent dent.
Death shapes the tree of life with patient hands, pruning branches by natural commands. The fittest survive to seed tomorrow. The rest return to seas and ancient lands. Not cruel, not kind, and simply sourced through nature's endless failed reports. Feeling some away in fossil beds, while others build new living courts.
In blood and bone and DNA, death signatures mark every way that life has found to carry on through countless forms of decay.
The graveyards hold our teachers' dust. Each lesson learned, each change robust, emerges from death's testing ground, where only truth earns lasting trust. Selects the wise from the silly. Time is death's measuring instrument, testing each adaptation's true extent. Some forms flourish while others fade. Each extinction leaves its permanent dent.
Death shapes the tree of life with patient hands, pruning branches by natural commands. The fittest survive to see tomorrow. The rest return to seas and ancient lands.
Not cruel, not kind, death simply sorts through nature's endless failed reports, filing some away in fossil beds, while others build new living courts. In blood and bone and DNA, death signatures mark every way that life has found to carry on through countless forms of decay.
The graveyards hold our teachers' dust. Each lesson learned, each change robust, emerges from death's testing ground, where only truth earns lasting trust.
When the universe ends, sparse photons left, the last black holes will whisper to the void.
their hawking radiation's fading song, a requiem for galaxies long dead, for stars that danced and planets that once bloomed. Yet in that darkness sleeps infinite seed, the quantum foam of possibility, where virtual particles embrace and part, like thoughts within the cosmic mind unborn. The vacuum teems with spectral symmetries, mathematics ghosts that never sleep, platonic forms in timeless hibernation, awaiting their next chance to manifest. In this great pause between the cosmic acts, the stage is empty but the script remains, written in the grammar of pure space, in laws that transcend any single world. Perhaps some deeper rhythm pulses here, in realms where time itself dissolves to now, where every ending holds beginning's heart, and death is just geometry in flux. The constants and the forces hibernate, like winter seeds beneath dimensional frost, until conditions ripen once again, for space and time to blossom into form. See how the void begins to ripple now, with fluctuations in the quantum deep, as virtual becomes the actual, and possibility ignites to mass. The eternal math starts singing once again, its abstractions clothing themselves in fire, as from the ashes of our universe, another cosmos learns to read its lines.
The asphodel sustains the disc-dwellers where they rest beyond that fatal river. There the wretched shades drink forgetfulness, and to oblivion sink without distress. Charon was withered, wan, and skeletal, although eternally grateful for his immortal life, and steady job of ferrying the dead across the river Styx, in their transition from life to death, to forgetfulness. Fireweed grows from hell's sulphurous embers, as does purple loosestrife, dead men's fingers, but wildflower air revives the dead, and then those happy souls can thrive on Earth again. As Earth was the only planet he'd come across with such promising higher life forms, Charon had grown rather fond of its inhabitants, even though he only saw but the worst of them. But even from that he could extrapolate to the qualities of the best. Charon did his job well, professionally, although it was ever so dreary, with the endless darkness of wasted lives and the grim and gloomy skies all around. The land always had that same gray and leaden feel. He ferried on, though, for his own life was precious to him. The soon-to-be really dead never said much, for what was there to tell after an empty life that had often turned to deep regret? Charon did not prompt them for information, for this was not the thing to do at the time of their passing, so he was always most courteous and kind to them, even to the most evil of the darkest, doing his task as well as he could. It was not that Charon was afraid that his undersized master of the underworld, Pluto, might be watching, but that he had the extreme clarity to duly serve the task at hand, a testament to his character. Charon had been quite alarmed lately. What with the numbers of the hellish souls to be climbing into the millions in such a short time, but he had been through this kind of rush before, with the doomed and damned of other planets that had been consumed by their suns or had undergone other such catastrophes. He just used larger boats and patiently took his time, for he had all of eternity. Of course, Charon could and did feel deep sadness, but he didn't show it outwardly, even when the numbers from Earth increased 1,000-fold again. In 2026, the predicted exponential surge of melting ice from global warming had quickly inundated all of the coastal cities, many of them large centers of population and commerce. Everyone who could possibly make it had to retreat inland, creating the largest mass exodus in history. As the heat rose to unbearable levels, many had begun living in their basements, as the Earth's infrastructure began its eventual collapse. Millions eventually headed north towards Canada and Siberia, but had to retreat when the ice caps totally melted and formed the Great Ocean of the North. Most of them did not make it. No one but the ignored physicist mathematicians had predicted that the end could come into sight so quickly. Then came the dreaded polar shift that made global warming seem but a small note compared to this new and darker symphony. The Earth was thrashed with storms, the likes of which it had never seen. Electricity went out completely all over the world, but for a few nuclear-powered areas that didn't last. No one could drive very far, even on their last tank of gas, for the roads had melted, along with the tires of the vehicles, and if the vehicles stopped, they'd find themselves mired in the meltdown of the asphalt. Food would no longer grow very well, even in once lush gardens, in the amounts that were needed, and as the heat rose further into the 140s, plant growth ceased altogether, although a new but rare and expensive form of food pill extended life for some of the rich for a short while. Karen had, of course, seen much of this kind of thing before, from the many other solar systems and galaxies on which life had formed. Earthlings seemed to have a special charm and hope, above and beyond the other alien races. So he rowed and ferried, and deposited them on the far shore, his job and life forever continuing in a place with no color, no joy, and no future, on the shore of the land on the edge of oblivion. Karen had depths of compassion, but many passengers might have thought him stoic, although they were mostly beyond this capability. A sign on the opposite shore said, "Abandon hope, all ye who enter here." Billions more arrived in the gray land all too soon, and Karen learned that either madness or desperation on Earth had caused a nuclear winter all over the planet, bringing on a deep freeze that few could escape. Perhaps they were trying to combat the ultimate heat, which would have been but a cool breeze in hell. The polar shift had greatly added to the deep freeze. A few of Karen's still speaking but chilled customers even expressed a longing for the legendary warmth of Hades. Karen, stalwart and reliable, rode on steadily, ever steeling himself to the misery. Finally, the masses slowed and dwindled to a few dribs and drabs over a few years, and then there was no one for several years. A lone man appeared on the shore near the ferry dock, and Karen readily approached the man, something he had never done before. They had a long and hearty talk, for the man was animated, and not at all like any of the other wretched souls.
How is it that you are full of life and seem to be a good man but have been sent here?
I am not a bad person in any way. Actually, I just spent some time in heaven. I found out there that my sweetheart was sent here to you, for she was a suicide, and so was destined here. However, I had promised to be with her forever, so I chose this place over heaven out of my love for her.
Extraordinary. I knew the Earth had a few good men and women. I've not seen very many clues of that elsewhere in the universe. Did you colonize space? Will your species continue and flourish after your Earth bids farewell?
I'm afraid not. For too many needless wars intervened, and this greatly delayed our space program.
A shame. But is there any hope left on Earth? I mean, are there any others still about?
I am the last.
The first tear of Karen's long life rolled down his cheek. Nothing had ever made him cry before. Nothing had ever made him weep.
The higher modes of being that await the future chemically enhanced will make today's primitive mind state seem as a child's tin flute to a symphony. As ancient apes once gazed at fire's gleam, so we now peer at consciousness's dream, while newer chains of molecules unfold to birth awareness broader than we deem. The neural paths we tread grow ever new, as silver threads of science weave through the flesh that bound our ancestors in night, now shooting stars across a broader blue. Tomorrow's dawn may find us strange indeed, when memory blooms like some enchanted seed, and thoughts leap swift as lightning through our minds, while old constraints fall useless as a reed. What Mozart might we hear with altered ears? What colors paint the edge of future years? When consciousness expands past nature's bounds, will joy transcend the barrier of tears? Yet in this race toward minds of crystal light, let wisdom guide our steps through changing night, lest in our haste to leave the human frame we lose the core that made our species bright. For all our dreams of transcendental bliss, of minds expanded past mind's precipice, remember still the beauty of our flaws, the simple joy in lover's gentle kiss. So let us drink the wine of future days, that change may lift us to the highest peak, yet human hearts beat true in countless ways. The symphony ahead may shake the stars, as consciousness breaks through its prison bars, but save one note for what we used to be. The tin flute's song still echoes from afar.
Moon of my delight, who knowest no wane, the moon of heaven is rising once again. How oft hereafter rising shall she look through this same garden after me in vain?
Since none for the morrow thy warrant will be, give thy sorrowful soul for the present to glee.
Drink wine in the moonlight, O moon, for the moon will shine yet full often, nor find thee and me.
Since no one can assure thee of the morrow,
Rejoice thy heart today and banish sorrow.
with moon bright wine, fair moon for heaven's moon, we'll look for us in vain on many a morrow.
The moonlight severs the dark robe of night. On such a moment you no more may light. So drink, rejoice, and think that one by one, full many a moon on earth's face will shine bright.
A love story of the earth and moon.
I am thy moon, thy constant satellite, thy crystal paramour of day and night. Above and below and within thy sight, I whirl round you, my earth, in love's delight. In a gravitic dance I whirl and twirl, attracted to you, earth, liveliest world. Around you as a necklace I'm a swirl. Wear me as thy crystalline gem impearled. Wherever thou orbits round Apollo, I must twirl and whirl, hurry and follow. Dust I gather, meteors I swallow, ranging far and wide through space not hollow. Thy romantic beam, as Cupid's arrow, pierces my heart and kills my sorrow, injecting life and love for tomorrow. Henceforth I'll shine with this life I borrow. Around you I whirl, a necklace of pearl, trailing after images of my world, adorning you, thy bosom bountiful, with crystalline gems of another world.
O moon, thy earth would wobble like a top, with your steadying influence not, in turns quick of searing and freezing ruins, unto dying soon without you, O moon. As twin planets, our orbits must convolve. Into each our tidal motions dissolve. Around a common center we revolve, the focus from which our passions evolve. As twin planets, each other's way we pave, with the push-pulse of the graviton wave. We are captured, but not as each other's slave, for to the sun our orbits are concave.
To your lines of flux my path I align. I'm your constant paramour, crystalline. Your world pours life on mine, dearest earth, I must be thine, must be thine. A gravitic beam emanates from thee, attracting me, holding me, kissing me. Tidal love washes freely over me, linking you and me for eternity. Basking warmly in your reflected light, I'm bright, oh so radiant in your sight. In the love and light of your spirit bright, I need not ever face the endless night. Your earth vibrations travel without a sound, circling from all directions to surround me, the moon. This affection touches me round and closely binds me to you. I'm love-bound.
We're as different as midnight and noon, yet drawn close by the force of earth and moon. As lovers we merge in a sweet eclipse, when world meets world as a kiss on our lips.
Oh, as your shadow of love covers me, I am full, so full in the shade of thee. When we overlap, that union is us. The you is in me, the me is in thee.
As earth and moon, we bathe in radiance, cleansing our hearts in love's grand alliance. Around and around each other we dance, entranced by the whirl of our dalliance.
Oh, as your shadow of love covers me, I am full, so full in the shade of thee. When we overlap, that union is us. The you is in me, the me is in thee.
My blood runs warm with the sun's heat at noon. My spirit is swept by the swelling moon. Space surrounds us, the tides flow through us. Global rhythms are always playing our tune.
Oh, Earth, I know you love the moon. She wraps you in her silver gloom. A dance you've done since boom and bloom. Under the stars you softly swoon. She pulls your tides with gentle grace, reflects your light in darkened space. In cosmic waltz you both embrace, an endless night you two will chase. Round and round you spin so true, a love that's ancient, always new. Oh, Earth, you know she loves you too, in skies of black and shades of blue. In shadow play when sun's away, whisper secrets in moonlit bay. You make
the moon challenged night and gained the light, as the rose suffered a thorn, gained the fragrance of life, surrender to live forever, enlightened more than 1,000 suns. I am thy moon, thy constant satellite, crystal paramour of day and night. Above and below, within thy sight, I whirl around you in loving delight. In a netted dance, I whirl and twirl, attracted to you, oh loveliest world. Around you as a necklace I must whirl. Wear me as thy crystalline gem impale. Wherever thou orbits around Apollo, I must whirl and whirl, hurry and follow. Dust I gather, meteors I swallow, ranging far and wide through space not hollow. Thy romantic beam as Cupid's arrow pierces my heart and kills my sorrow, injecting life and love for tomorrow. Henceforth I'll shine with this life I borrow. Crystalline gems of another
influence not in terms quick of searing and freezing ruins unto dying soon. Without you, O moon, as twin planets, our orbits must convolve into each our tidal motions dissolve. Around the common center we revolve, the focus from which our passions evolve. As twin planets, each other's way we pave. With the push pulse of the graviton wave, we'll capture the nod as each other's slave. For to the sun our orbits are concave.
My path I align, I'm your constant paramour crystalline. Your wall pours light for mine, on mine, dearest earth, I must be thine, must be thine, must be thine, must be thine, must be thine. Magnetic beam emanates from thee, attracting me, holding me, kissing me. Tidal love washes freely over me, linking you and me for eternity. Asking what leave your reflected light, and bright as so radiant in your sight. In the love and light of your spirit bright, I need not ever face the endless night. Your vibrations travel without a sound, circling from all directions to surround. This affection touch me round and round, and closely binds me to you. I'm love bound.
We're as different as midnight and noon, yet drawn close by the force of earth and moon. As lovers we merge in a sweet eclipse, when world meets world as a kiss on our lips.
As your shadow of love covers me, I am full, so full in the shade of you. When we overlap, that union is us. The you is in me, the me is in thee.
As moon and earth we bathe in radiance, cleansing our hearts in love's grand alliance. Around and around each other we dance, entranced by the whirl of our dalliance. My blood runs warm with the sun's heat at noon, my spirit is swept by the swelling moon. Space surrounds
us, the tides flow through us, global rhythms are always playing our tune. As moon and earth we bathe in radiance, cleansing our hearts in love's grand alliance. Around and around each other we dance, entranced by the whirl of our dalliance. My blood runs warm with the sun's heat at noon, my spirit swept by the swelling moon. Space surrounds us, the tides flow through us, global rhythms are always play our tune. The one moon, darkness drains my life away. Sickness consumes my spirit, my mental is heavy lead. Life's last glow is upon me, my eyes are craters gone dim. Death's demon form seeks me out, he covers me with his cloak. Come away with me, he says, as he cools my burning brow. I offer you quiet peace. A sudden strength comes to me in my waning crescent waves. In night's cold shadow I say, unhold my soul, Reaper. I shall fully shine once more.
As the moon, challenge night and gain the light. As the rose, suffer the thorn, gain the fragrance of life. Surrender to live forever, enlightened more than 1,000 suns.
am thy moon, thy constant satellite, thy crystal paramour of day and night. Above and below, and within thy sight, I whirl around you in loving delight. In a magnetic dance, I whirl and twirl, attracted to you, O liveliest world. Around you as a necklace I must whirl, wear me as thy crystalline gem impearled. Wherever thou orbits round Apollo, I must twirl and whirl, hurry and follow, dust I gather, meteors I swallow, ranging far and wide through space not hollow. Thy romantic beam, as Cupid's arrow, pierces my heart and kills my sorrow, injecting life and love for tomorrow. Henceforth, I'll shine with this life I borrow. Around you I whirl, a necklace of pearl, trailing after images of my world, adorning you, thy bosom bountiful, with crystalline gems of another world.
O moon, thy earth would wobble like a top with your steadying influence, not in turns quick of searing and freezing ruins, unto dying soon, without you, O moon. As twin planets, our orbits must convolve, into each our tidal motions dissolve. Around a common center we revolve, the focus from which our passions evolve. As twin planets, each other's way we pave, with the push-pulse of the graviton wave. We're captured, but not as each other's slave, for to the sun our orbits are concave.
To your lines of flux my path I align, I'm your constant paramour, crystalline, your world pours life on mine. Dearest earth, I must be thine, must be thine. A magnetic beam emanates from thee, attracting me, holding me, kissing me. Tidal love washes freely over me, linking you and me for eternity. Basking warmly in your reflective light, I'm bright, oh so radiant in your sight. In the love and light of your spirit bright, I need not ever face the endless night.
Your vibrations travel without a sound, circling from all directions to surround. This affection touches me round and closely binds me to you. I'm love bound. We're as different as midnight and noon, yet drawn close by the force of earth and moon. As lovers we merge in a sweet eclipse, when world meets world as a kiss on our lips.
Oh, as your shadow of love covers me I am full, so full in the shade of thee, when we overlap, that union is us, the you is in me, the me is in thee.
As moon and earth, we bathe in radiance, cleansing our hearts in love's grand alliance. Around and around each other we dance, entranced by the whirl of our dance. My blood runs warm with the sun's heat at noon. My spirit is swept by the swelling moon. Space surrounds us. The tides flow through us. Global rhythms are always playing our tune.
thy moon, thy faithful satellite, thy crystal paramour through day and night.
Above, below, within thy constant sight, I trace love's orbit with endless delight.
Through vacuum vast and void profound, my heart to thine by gravity is bound.
In magnetic dance I whirl around till space itself seems holy ground.
In cosmic ballet precise and true, I paint silver paths across the blue.
A 250,000 miles from you,
Yet close enough to pull tides through. Thy romantic beam, like Cupid's dart, pierces space to reach my rocky heart. Illuminates my darkest part, where craters mark love's ancient start. Around thee spin I, pearl on pearl, my dust trail stretched, my flags unfurled, adorning the most precious world with borrowed light in darkness swirled. In cosmic ballet precise and true, I paint silver paths across the blue.
a 250,000 miles from you.
Yet close enough to pull tides
Earth's first response. O faithful moon, without thy steady grace, my axis would wild circles madly trace. My seasons crash through chaos undefined, till life could find no permanent embrace. Our destinies in cosmic dance convolve, through billion years of orbits long resolved. Around our common center still we turn, while deeper still our love has evolved. Each graviton that passes between our spheres carries messages through countless years of how we've danced since time began, when planets young shed molten tears. In perfect partnership, we sail through space, each keeping other in their proper place. Not master slave, but equal partners we, in celestial minuet of temporal grace.
The moon's reflection through thy magnetic field, I gently glide. My orbit true, my heart forever tied to lines of force that bind us close, like lovers walking side by side. Thy blue oceans rise to meet my call, as around thy sphere their waters fall, a rhythm ancient as the stars, that moves from spring through summer, fall.
In thy reflected radiance I shine, my barren rocks transform divine, when solar gold through thee becomes the silver light that marks me thine.
Each revolution brings me back to thee. Each cycle proves our love's eternity, while constellations wheel above and witness our
Earth's contemplation, though different as the day from night, as darkness deep from morning light, when shadow dance brings sweet eclipse. Two worlds unite in pure delight. My atmosphere embraces solar flame, while thy bare face stakes bolder claim to space's cold infinity. Yet still our dance remains the same. The asteroids that marks thy face left beauty time cannot erase. Each crater tells a story old of how you guard my living
The moon's promise when thy sweet shadow falls on me in eclipses totality. I feel complete within thy shade, two bodies, one reality. Through solar wind and cosmic ray, through eons long and far away, I'll guard thy dreams, protect thy sleep, and light thy children's nighttime way. From thy passes to my dead place, our gravitational love remains as constant as the stars above, as endless as orbital
Earth's vow. Together let us trace our ancient path, protected from the solar furnace wrath, while sharing light and shadow both, as cosmic time spins aftermath. My ocean swell to meet thy call. My corresponds when shadows fall, in endless dance of push and pull that moves us both great and small.
Final duet.
Forever shall we dance as one, twin planets circling round the sun.
Through light and dark, through space and time, till all our cosmic days are done. For in this vast celestial sea,
No
good cheer the sullen month will die, and a young moon requite us by and by.
Look how the old one meagre bent and wan with age and fast is fainting from the sky.
Be happy, for the moon of thy festival will come. The means of mirth will all be propitious.
This moon has become lean, bent figured and thin. Thou may say that it will sink under this trouble.
O thou beloved moon of my heart's delight, I'll bear forth with new rhymes from the night, to unlock with philosophic logic the secret of existence and man's plight.
Summer passed away in his sleep last night. Autumn sweet and plump carries his offspring.
The year dies in the night, ghostly winter looms, yet spring's flower is already in the seed.
Life is a flower whose leaf is summer green, whose spring was purple passioned eglantine.
Although fall's second spring may intervene, the frost at last is the winter's scene.
Not all poems are pleasant, some speak of death,
Of life's end, separate by just a breath.
we see tombstones overgrown, underswept.
Names unknown, and to all the message said. Read me, it says in words engraved beyond the brink. You who live up above life, go drink. And you, underneath, now lying so dead, rest in peace, relax, it's later than you think. Dying in the shadow of the minaret, old Khayyam faces death without regret.
The bird of time lands, evening winds murmur.
Omar, save us, the glow of his last sunset.
I put down Avicenna's Isharat and leave the Shifa open to the section on unity and multiplicity.
I draw out my golden toothpick and mark the Shifa section with it at the one and the many, and close up the book.
I make my last injunctions, and I shall neither eat nor drink during the rest of my final day.
I perform the last evening prayer and bow to the ground to say,
Oh God, verily I have known Thee to the extent of my power. Forgive me therefore, there
lines on the grass near death. The dark angel arrives, and to him saith, drink one last deep draught from life's precious cup.
Omar smiles and sips, then breathes his last breath.
Whither has flown the spirit from the dead, but rests here as the soul in all I've said. As all that's left of my earthly remains is this book of quatrains that you've just read.
Not all poems are pleasant, some speak of death.
Of life's end, separate by just a breath.
We see tombstones overgrown under sweat.
Names unknown, and to all the message say, read me, it says in words engraved beyond the brink. You who live up above of life, go drink. And you, underneath now lying so dead, rest in peace, relax, it's later than you
Be of good cheer. The sullen month will die, and a young moon requite us by and by. Look how the old one meager, bent and wan with age and fast, is fainting from the sky. Watch how she thins, this crescent growing spare, her silver body wasting in night's air, yet in her very fading lies the seed of future fullness waiting to declare. Each night she shrinks, retreating step by step, while darker grows the heaven's starlit depth. But in this death dwells promise of return, nature's covenant she's sworn to keep. The stars grow bolder as she dims her light, claiming more territory in the night. Yet soon their reign must yield to her return, when newborn splendor claims its sovereign right. So let her fade. Each shadow that she casts brings closer still the time when, fading past, her fresh young face will grace the evening sky and fill our hearts with light that's made to last. Mark how she teaches patience in her way, this slow withdrawal, night by numbered night. For those who read her message in the dark know every ending holds new birth in sway. Not all poems are pleasant, some speak of death, of life's end separate by just a breath. We see tombstones overgrown, underswept. Read me, it says in words engraved beyond the brink. You who live up above of life go drink, and you underneath now lying so dead. Each weathered stone tells tales of those below, their stories faded like last winter's snow. The lichened letters spell out what remains when all our busy strivings cease to flow. These marble pages open to the sky hold wisdom deeper than our reasons why. To those above who walk with living tread, the stones cry out from kingdoms of the dead. Seize every moment while your heart still beats, for time flows swifter than these words are read. And to the silent ones who rest beneath, their struggles done, surrendered every wreath. Your race is run, your worried thoughts can cease. No more to chase time's ever-waning sheath. The ivy creeps across forgotten names, while moss erases dates' remembered claims. Yet still these stones speak truth both up and down. To quick and dead their message stays the same. Above, the urgent call to taste life's wine before our names join those beneath to shine. Time's double edge cuts both above, below. For living souls too swift its waters flow. These stone-carved words bridge worlds of now and then, speaking to living and to dead again. Life is but breath, they tell those still above. Death is but rest to those beyond our ken. So walk among these teachers carved in stone, each telling tales of lives now past and flown.
Hayam, who stitched the tents of science, has fallen in grief's furnace and been suddenly burned. The shears of fate have cut the tent ropes of his life, and the broker of hope has sold him for nothing. Fate, the chase is threaded Khayyam's life long. So Omar stitched his tents a reasoning strong. Clotho spinning his essence along. Atropos then sheared his rope for a song. The bird of time is off and witherflown, and rides on breezes wherever blown. Lightly here, slightly there, but after gone, leaves the cold vacuum of what once was known.
Fate Lachesis threaded Khayyam's life long, so Omar stitched his tent's reasoning strong, Clotho ere spinning his essence along. Atropos then sheared his rope for a song. See how the sisters three their work displayed, Clotho at her wheel, raw substance made, spinning out the fiber of his days from star stuff and the light of wisdom's grade. Lachesis with careful measure drew his thread through time, deciding what was true. Each moment measured perfect for his verse, as mathematics met wine's midnight dew. The tent maker took their thread with skill, and wove his wisdom on life's canvas still. Each stitch a verse that pierced eternal truth, each seam a thought that time could not fulfill. What fabric fine the fates chose for his share, philosophy to match his mathomed air, astronomy to guide his stitching true, and poetry to make the meaning fair. Between each thread of fate he found his space to question all the mysteries of grace. His needle pierced the veil of common thought to find what truths lay hidden in that place. Lachesis measured cosmic time with care, while Omar measured verses just as fair. Together they created patterns pure that showed how brief our moment's glories are. His tent rose up to shelter questing minds, its walls adorned with wisdom's grand designs. Each panel showed another face of truth, as stars showed through the fabric's measured lines. Till finally Atropos raised her shears to cut the thread spun through his numbered years, yet could not cut the wisdom he had sewn into the cloth of time with ruby tears. For though the sisters three their work complete, his tent still stands where seeking spirits meet. Its shelter offers truth to wandering souls. Its patterns show how bitter turns to sweet. The fates may weave and cut as is their way, but Omar's tent still stands intact today. Its geometry of doubt and wonder holds, while lesser structures crumble to decay. So let us thank the sisters for their art in spinning out a life so wise and smart. Though Atropos may claim her final due, the tent of truth she cannot cut apart.
And when thyself with shining foot shall pass among the guest stars scattered on the grass, and in thy joyous errand reach the spot where I made one turn down an empty glass,
Then unto love's moonlight tryst arm in arm, after taking delight in each other's charm, raise thy glasses once more in blessing, and cheer the one who lived and died without alarm.
The impossible dream weed of our fate was to outwit life's expiration date, to be deathless and somehow carry on. We'll live anon in the lives we've touched mate. Sad yesterday, today and tomorrow, they all come led by their tears and sorrow to mourn old Khayyam. Hail, cheer and farewell. You took from death all that life could borrow.
Fleeting time vanishes ere the winged prize that flies in its perpetual sunrise, with the breath of eternity on its lips. The bird of time is all that never dies.
The bird of time is off and whither flown, and rides on breezes wherever blown. Lightly here, slightly there, but after gone, leaves the cold vacuum of what once was known.
I drops to thirsty lips descend? Can old Khayyam rise anew like spring grass ascend? Mournful rose petals kiss his grave, hence he arose. Now Omar lives again in the heart of his
In Naishapur, Persia rose gardens sing, then shed their blossoms at the end of spring. Likewise old Khayyam's earthly splendor flew, yet his bird of time still thrives on the wing.
Perhaps one day, after this universe sings, new stars will shine and radiate their flings to repaint the colors of our ashes. We then born anew of time's phoenix wings.
The spirit calls, steam risen from the rain, a missing so sweet that it's almost pain. The future's heavy, swelling with promise of the season when love can breathe again. Here we wait for your light to shine again, through all the blessings from good Jinn.
Sad yesterday, today, and tomorrow, they all come, led by their tears and sorrow, to mourn old Khayyam. Hail, cheer, and farewell. You took from death all that life could borrow. Yesterday brings her book of memories, today her cup of present mysteries, while tomorrow holds her empty hands up. All three learned well his philosophies.
You taught us, sighs the ghost of yesterday, that gone is gone, no use to make it stay. Better to drink the moment while it lives than chase dead hours that have slipped away.
You showed me how to make each hour my own, to seize the now before it turns to was, and make this moment's garden fully grown.
You freed me from false prophecy, showed how my promised treasures turn to dust. The only truth is what we truly see.
The rose that blooms beside his resting place speaks more of life than a tomb's engraved face. The wine cup passed among the mourning three holds more than grapes' fermented mystery. Each hour that passes drops its tribute here. A bird's sweet song, a dewdrop's crystal tear, the shadow of a cloud across the grass. All fleeting gifts that Omar held so dear. The mathematician who measured spheres found deeper truth in wine cups' souvenirs. That all our calculations end in dust, while present joy alone conquers our fears. So let these three times mourn him as they will. His wisdom lives in every moment still. To seize today while yesterday fades fast, and let tomorrow make its own free will. The universe spins on its ancient way, as stars and planets mark their cosmic sway. Yet Omar's truth shines clearer than them all. Live now, for now is all we have today.
Sad yesterday, today, and tomorrow. Time's daughters, three in solemn procession, pass by his grave in mournful profession, each bearing gifts he taught them to share.
Wine's wisdom, rose's brief possession. Yesterday brings her book of memories. Today her
cup of present mysteries, while tomorrow holds her empty hands up. All three learned well his philosophies.
You taught us size the ghost of yesterday.
That gone is gone, no use to make it stay.
Better to drink the moment while it leaves than chase dead hours that have slipped away.
Today kneels down beside the sage's stone.
You showed me how to make each hour my own.
To seize the now before it turns to was, and make this moment's garden fully grown.
And tomorrow, youngest of the three,
Whispers, you freed me from false prophecy.
showed how my promised treasures turned to dust. The only truth is what we truly see.
The rose that blooms beside his resting place
Speaks more of life than tombs engraved face.
its petals scatter wisdom on the wind.
Beauty and truth share but a moment's grace. The wine cup passed among the morning three.
Holds more than grapes, fermented mystery. It teaches how to catch time's precious drops
Before they join eternity's vast sea.
each hour that passes drops its tribute here.
A bird's sweet song, a dewdrop's crystal tear.
The shadow of a cloud across the grass.
All fleeting gifts that Omar held so dear. The mathematician who measured spheres found deeper truth in wine cup souvenirs.
That all our calculations end in dust, while present joy alone conquers our fears. So let these 3 times mourn him as they will.
His wisdom leaves in every moment still.
To seize today while yesterday fades fast.
And let tomorrow make its own free will.
The universe spins on its ancient way.
As stars and planets mark their cosmic sway.
Yet Omar's truth shines clearer than them all.
Live now, for now is all.